Okay, good afternoon, gents. Hope all is well. How you doing, what? How you getting on, mate? How you getting on? That's a thought. I looked last night on how to get Sanya back. I've got to go on the little three dots at the top, but I've got to go on his when he was on. So let me just see if I can find. I've got to go back to the videos. I'm just trying to think how long ago it was. Let me think. Let's flip back on the live ones. How long ago was it? Let's go back 4 months. He was here then, wasn't he? Knock off the volume. Let's have a look. See if I can find his name. Has it been 4 months? It hasn't been that long, has it? Since Sanya's been on here. Let me have a look. 4 months. Has it been that long? Let me have a look. Maybe 2 or 3. Okay, so if we go back 4 months, that should be fine, shouldn't it? What I've got to do is find when he's on a comment. Let's try that. So I'm looking at one of the old videos here. I'm flicking through the comments to find him. And apparently, I had a quick look last night. If I go onto the 3 dots, and it should show. Hold on a second. Moderation, no, it's not on there, is it? Let me have a look. Let's do it last night, forgot all about it. See, it shouldn't take any previous comments out. Or should, no, it shouldn't do. Let's go back to there. Let's try there. How you doing, Clay? How you doing, brother? I can't find him. What I'm going to do? I showed you actually before that, wasn't it? What I might have to do is have a look later. So I'm not sure whether it would have taken previous comments off. It might do. I'll have a look later, mate, and I'll get it sorted for Monday. I might have to go YouTube it and find out how to do it. I thought I would have seen him by now, and I can't. Yeah, I'll have a look later, bud. I'll have a look later. Okay, market opens in about 1 minute. So, Clay, how you doing? Haminder, how are you, mate? I thought you were back to work. I was supposed to be, but there's no work available, so I'm in tomorrow and Sunday. Rodian, how you doing? I think it takes them out. I remember when you took. Yeah, I'll YouTube it, mate, and see if I can figure out how to do it. There's might be a way. Ryan, how you doing? Chris, how are you? Brick, how you doing? Kev, how you doing, bud? So Hope everyone's okay. So, yeah, Friday. We've had this leg up, leg up. I was looking for something long around here, but it's got quite close, that measured move. So I'm thinking maybe I should stay out. And apart from that one, which I left, nothing appeared anyway. I had a feeling it may trap some longs. And if you did take that long as maybe a hidden second entry long, then it triggered you and stopped you out. But the trouble is when it gets close like that, it's just pushing it a bit, isn't it? So so we had that measured move. Apart from a few ticks, it was about 3 or 4 ticks away, wasn't it? So let's see how we get on anyway. So we've had leg up, 1 leg back, 2 legs back. Maybe that was a push. We'll see. So, I think it's likely. So what I've drawn there is the overnight highs and overnight lows from a penguin perspective. I'm pretty sure that's where he'll put his overnight, well, obviously overnight lows down there for sure. I'm guessing here, even if it was here, we're in the right place. Yeah, so let's have a look. In fact, I might just get rid of that for now. It's gone sideways and that looks like just a failed breakout. So let's get rid of that. Good morning, Benji. How you doing? I was trying to print your thing out before I started streaming, but my printer wouldn't bloody work for some reason. It was saying printer offline, so I'm going to have to mess around with that. Why are things so difficult? So I would say that is quite probably an overshoot. So let's see if we retest this. We'll see how we get on. Leg up, leg up. Leg up. I was just thinking, was there anything penguin-wise there? Leg down, leg down. That's a possibility, leg down, but we have made a new high after this, so maybe not. What I'm going to do over the weekend is Benji's been good enough to give me, allow me to get a copy of his, what's the word, manual, if you like, which goes a lot more, because that's the thing really, there's nothing really in detail about the Penguins' style, so he's allowed me to have a copy of that, so I'm going to print that out and I'm going to stick my head in it over the weekend and see what I can't get out of it. But I had a quick flip. The easiest setups are going to be on the side of it. Can you hear me, Benji? Can you? I think he can. The easiest setups are going to be overnight highs. Yeah, because the overnight highs really take up all this section here, really, aren't they? Are you doing the live stream in the same time you are chatting here? Yes. Yes. Okay, so mark it as it is open. So, yeah, so we've had the breakout of this, so I am wondering whether I'm going to push higher. It looks like it. Or is it just going to retest this? Hard to say, really, because that really, you've got to treat that as an overshoot, in my humble opinion. Following down here, bum bum. Whether it's that one or that one, either one of them. That's right on, excellent. So the good thing about that, basically, it's everything before there. So even if it's that one or that one or that one, it doesn't really matter. But we're all sort of around the same area. So it depends whether you will join this. Are you trading on Leval? Yes, I am. Let's put that like that. So touch. I mean, it's sort of been confirmed, really. Multiple touches there. That could probably go down a bit, so I'm quite happy that that's. But the trouble is, we spent, apart from with the last few days, obviously we've been really trending. But let me have a look. So whether you treat this as a channel, it's sort of confirmed it going up, but it is obviously 2 legs that have played out and then it's dropped out of this. So whether it's going to pop up or not, I don't know. So we've had a push down, we've had one attempt to go higher, and let's see if we get another attempt to go. If we do get another attempt to go higher off this, then that might be something that may interest me. T breaks, try the first leg up, yeah. Yeah, so first leg up. It'd be nice to get up here and retest this actually with a nice bearish bar. That'd be interesting then. Go on, get up. Channel down, break up. See, I will have to check on that because obviously an overshoot for Pats generally can result in a reversal, and it sort of has pushed up. But does that reversal bit? I don't think it makes a difference so much with a Penguin. Just look at the 10,000 tick. Oh no, it's all right, forget it. Yeah, look at the 10,000 tick chart. Really, there's our pull down from the top. There's our first push up. So if we can get another push up, it might be a leg and a leg on the bigger picture. But now we're below this, I don't think it's going to come back up. I think the first leg, I think we're going to come down in another leg down there. Leg and a leg. Unfortunately, we want to get back up here, really. That's the 10,000. It is useful to have the 10,000 because you can see it a little bit clearer. Okay, good sign. Yeah. Okay, so leg down, first attempt higher. Yeah, I'm going to print out Benji's little... it's like a manual, really, and I'm going to stick my head in it over the weekend and spend a couple of hours going through it and then use it as my bit of a manual until I get... it's okay having a rough idea what's going on, but after the last few days of trading, it's easy to get into what looks like 2 legs when it's actually not. See, that's one leg down. I wouldn't necessarily class that as a leg down. That one I would. So it's very easy to get maybe think push up, 1 leg back, 2 legs back and go long there. Really, that's your sort of a first leg. There's your first leg. I'd say that's your second leg. So it's just not get stuck in this because it is... I was just looking at that earlier. I was thinking 1 leg, 2 leg. Is that a trade? It obviously wouldn't work. And it's more congestion, so that's a clear leg, and then that's a clear leg, and when that pushes up like that, probably maybe inclined to go. I don't know actually, because he'd really want to be out before the tops, so it'd be interesting to see what happens because we've had a couple of really, really strong bearish days. I thought yesterday we'd have some sort of a bit of a pullback, but we haven't really, have we? So, trouble is, sometimes when you think, but it started off bearish yesterday. So far, it started off bullish. So it's hard to know whether we're just going to have a couple of legs up and then continue on down. It's very easy to start thinking, well, it can't keep going down. Well, it can. It could keep going down for another couple of weeks, really, couldn't it? Or longer. So it's easy, really, to get focused on it can't go down anymore. Okay, so there's our first attempt higher. There's our... Is that an attempt? There's first push. Is that a push higher? Maybe not. Maybe just a bit of sideways. Bit of sideways. Yeah, I'm going to leave that anyway. Bars finished pretty average, so really want to get up here, really. That after that push up, that's just a bit of sideways. We want another actual push up, I think. Yeah, choppy. Want to get another push up. If we can get up here and retest this again, then I'm quite happy to be thinking about looking for a short there, because we've had a channel there with a bit of an overshoot. In a lot of cases, it can result in a reversal. Okay, so we've had a push up and it's bounced back off here. If it has another go and then reverses, then yeah, someone's just put a picture on their first leg, looking for another leg up. So there's our first leg. If we can get another one up there, be nice to just pop out the top and pull back in. That'd be nice, that. So push down, one second attempt to go high. It does look like it's trying, so that's a good sign. How high do we let it go? Do we wait for it to? I don't know. You take it here or not? That's the trouble.
Order submitted.
Not a fan of that.
Order
it's a bit more
canceled.
congested rather than a leg. It may work, but the trouble is, I think you're ideally supposed to be out before the lows, and I don't think. Well, maybe it is. You're below those lows there, so. No, it's more congested this rather than a leg. I'm not so sure that that is a leg. It's not a clear push-up. It's a bit of congestion with a slight high section. Good point. News. 5 minutes. Good point. Okay, so maybe it did work. Maybe it did work. Is it a leg? I suppose it is really, isn't it? So that would have worked, wouldn't it? Anybody else take that? Did they? Decent short there. Didn't take it. So perhaps it was okay. It certainly worked. I'd have preferred a little bit higher, really. It's only just popped out that little bit there. Maybe took it for 2.5 points. Okay, so some took it. So, okay. So maybe you take it there. Maybe there. You'd be out 11 ticks. Okay. It is quite close to the news. In all fairness, if it does trigger yet and goes sideways, yeah, I'm quite glad I left it in all fairness, because the news is in what for? If it triggered you, it's get a bit congested here, so it could trigger you and continue to do that for a bit before the news. Don't try that. Yeah, it's a bit closer news, anywhere with 15 minutes less or less, because if it does decide to go sideways, you're stuck in it. So fortunately, if anyone was in it, it moved nice and quick. So let's just put a little note on there. News. But yeah, it clearly worked. Whether it was good or not, I don't know. Trouble is, Penguin didn't put a video last night, so it'd be interesting to see what his take is on that. What do you think, Clay? Is that normally a good short? Let's forget the fact that we've got the news. Is that good enough for you as a second push up, or would you prefer it a bit higher? I mean, sometimes if it pushes up and struggles and it doesn't even get up closer, maybe people just give up then. If you try something once and then you try it and it's even less the second time. Yeah. That is point on. So it's a good trade. Yeah, okay. I think its second push, I think it's more encouraging if it doesn't quite get higher. I don't know if you're trying to, lift your record bench press. If you lift 100 kilos and you don't quite do it, and then you lift another 100 kilos and then you get nowhere near. It's probably not the best analogy. I forget I said anything. But yeah, second time it didn't even get nowhere near as high. So yeah, that's probably. And in all fairness, the way it reacted, that makes sense, doesn't it? Usually, I think they try to push it up, try to push it a second time. It just didn't work, and obviously there's the result of it. A bunch of red bars, and that was pretty quick actually. So I suppose you can see the outcome. And as I mentioned earlier, the 10,000 tick chart, we got a leg down there. I thought it was likely after this we were going to get another leg, and we did. It looks like a leg and a leg, so it is useful to have that 10,000 tick chart. It does just help you confirm maybe a bigger picture. I mean, for instance, leg and leg, it's really clear on the 10,000 tick chart, so What about a third test? Is a third test somewhere in their decision making, Clay, or not? Plus, a lower high here would be better as well. So if we had a bearish bar off here, something like that, maybe that would be okay as well. A third test. It tries once, tries a second time. It tries a third time. You'd think that it would really dump, wouldn't you? 50% fib retracement overnight. For the bottom. Oh, okay, yeah. From the overnight and overnight lows. Okay, there we go. There's the news. Second entry short, lower high. Oh, second entry short. Nothing really major in the news, I don't think. I mean, you wouldn't even really see that as the news. You can compare it to that, and it's sort of... yeah, what I find sometimes it pushes up. Within no time, it makes back. It almost comes back to where it finished. But I think you've got to let it play out and not base your decision on that third. The third time. Obviously, it's pushed up again, but it looked like it was starting to anyway, didn't it? But yeah, nothing really major. In all fairness, if you came into that now, you wouldn't even recall that was the news. Really, it's no different to any of this. New low, so count the oh, okay, so there's your first push up again. I got you. Okay, so you can. So really, what you're saying is you're counting that now as one push down. Yeah. Got you. So there's your push down. So after the 2, when you get a new low, you recount it. Okay, so there's our first push up. We get another push up here, then yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate that. So let's put that like that. Not that we're definitely in a channel, but just to represent the first move down. So it does look like we're quite lightly ranging. It has bounced off here, so I don't know, maybe because we have been so bearish, maybe we are going to get a leg and a leg. That's always a possibility. So that's a possibility, isn't it? We'll soon find out if we get another push up. Okay, so that news, nothing really. So let's get rid of that. You longed. Okay, someone gone long here. Well, if they went long there, they certainly got their points anyway. I am actually enjoying this, trading this a bit more than Max. Well, quite a bit more than Max, because it is such a bigger picture. Because sometimes you can get stuck with your decision making in the fine detail with Max. Epic. Does he not? Okay, that will make sense. I'm going to say because I couldn't see anything there. Yeah. Got you. Yeah, it is. There's a bigger picture. I like the way that you're sitting in the trade. It's someone said to me, you've got to be prepared to sit longer, but I actually kind of like that. The hype's not as much. In Max, it happens in a matter of maybe 30 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that, but there's a little bit more time in here, and I actually kind of prefer that. Strangely enough, you think the longer you be sat in a trade, the worse you'd feel, but I kind of like, I'm just trusting the process. It's a 1-to-1 and that's it. I could never go with Max 1 point, see, so I had to set my own, which was 2 points. And I'm basing that off my lack of experience, whereas the 1-to-1 I'm basing off the Penguins' experience, so I'm happy to take the trade and then just let it play out because that's the format. Whereas with Max, I changed the format and went and doubled up. So there's always that uncertainty, am I right? So it's always good to base your decision on someone who's experienced at it. And me, changing from 1 to 2 points, I'm not experienced enough to have the confidence, to do that. But I like the fact that I'm taking a penguin trade and I let it go and end of. That's how it finishes, so it's nice. No, not a lot with the news, was there? What news was it? Flash manufacturing PMI. Okay, push up, try go once, try go twice, possible failure. And nothing burger. Yeah, someone's just mentioned it'd be interesting to see if the penguin guy took that there. He'd be aware of the news, surely. It is too close to news. I mean, it's starting to go sideways, isn't it? So that might be an indication that the news is coming. So if you like 6, where are we there? I mean, we're literally 5 minutes away from the news there, maybe a bit less than that. And it's looking congested, so it's not ideal, is it? Okay, so we've had our first push up. Yeah, so that would be okay ordinarily if it wasn't for the news, and it clearly worked, didn't it? 100%. You took that. I mean, you took it here. Yeah, I mean, you could wait for that to actually go, couldn't you? Or even at the bottom of there, you wouldn't know. You'd miss it actually. So you need to be before the end of that. Okay, so yeah, makes sense. Leg down. Make 2 attempts to go higher. Bearish bar failure, and obviously there's a result. So it's clearly telling you something, isn't it? It's actually pretty clear. The only bit that just made me a little bit uncertain is because it's a bit congested, and maybe it's just a little. Is it an actual push? But it is really if you go from here to here. It's not as high as that, but sometimes that's better, isn't it? That it tries once and then it doesn't get nowhere near. That's usually an indication, isn't it? It's not even getting close to that, so let's just give up. And there's the result. So after this first push up, does it matter if it makes a new low? You can't use that second one. Am I right in saying that? So there's our new low. If this comes down to here and makes a second leg up, you've got to recount the low, haven't you? I'm sure you said that, didn't you? I think that's right, isn't it? It didn't break those lows when it had that second push, does it? So as long as it doesn't break below here, we can count anything, another push up as a second, unless it makes a new low. Okay, yeah. Small picture, yeah. Big picture, no. Okay. So are you classing this as the big picture or not? So if that goes a couple of ticks below and has another push up and then comes bearish, would you take that or not? No, that's small. Okay, yeah. I'd take it if it pushes back up, you would, yeah. Unless it comes right down here somewhere, then yeah, okay. Which it looks like it is. Okay, so I mean, regardless, anyway, we got this leg down, and it has tried 3 times, isn't it? And then pushed down strongly. So I think the chances of that are over. Yeah, it looks bearish, doesn't it? So if we can get past this, there's clearly some congestion there, isn't there? A little bit of sport there, but if you can get past there, so it is reacting to this area, isn't it? Which makes sense. So if it bounces off here, perhaps this is the temporary bottom. If it gets below here and retests the bottom, then you may expect it to get down. It could be a leg, seeing a leg, and we may get down here, but who knows? I find sometimes after the initial push on the bottom, it doesn't come down here for a while. It usually bounces above, but this looks like a head and shoulders pattern to me. You got the head, two shoulders. What is a head and shoulders pattern? I can't think. So any of you crypto guys out there, that's a clear head and clear shoulders. Arm, shoulder, head. Oh, do we come down or do we push up? I think head and shoulders. Don't we come down in a head and shoulders pattern? But that's really uncanny, isn't it? Down. It is. It's quite clear that, isn't it? I know a lot of people. Sometimes I see people, they say there's a head and shoulders pattern. I can't see bugger all. But that's pretty clear and it's very symmetrical, isn't it? May test overnight lows. Okay, yeah, which would be down here. So we've actually tried to test the overnight highs there. So if we can get another push up here and it fails, that might be, in fact, we've got a channel down here with a break anyway, so you quite likely expect. So if you can get maybe another decent push up here, followed by a nice bearish bar. Looking for a short, yeah. See, there's two pushes up there, but I don't know whether I'd take that or not. Is that a bit too... It's not very far for one, is it? Or is it? It's not a very big push up, but if it comes bearish, we've had a break. Try it push up twice. It depends. See, that's the trouble with trading, isn't it? How far does it need to be to a push up? That's pretty small, isn't it? So if we can get up here, if that's a push up, there's not a massive distance from there. There's at the bottom to the top there, is there? What's that? 4.25 points. So we're there now nearly, aren't we? So if we can get to there, 4.25 points, okay. That's considered. If this is bearish, if we stay in the downtrend, if this ends up bearish here, or the next bar ends up bearish, we need to break downtrend to even think about long. Yeah, so if you can get a trade here and get out before the bottoms, ideally. But if we are in this shoulder of this head and shoulder pattern, you probably expect to get lower. May even be a leg and a leg. So I'm going to get an order ready because...
Order submitted.
If this comes bearish now, pushes down bearish, it's also a second entry long... second entry short. I would say that. Short-term trend channel break new high. Nice bearish. Let's have a look. Okay. If it breaks below there, I'm just going to take it.
Order submitted.
Okay, so let's put that there. And I'm out for 1-to-1, which is about here, isn't it? Not very big, is it? 7 ticks. Okay, at least it's a small risk anyway. That's the main thing. Not sure what it's doing now. That's making me a bit nervous. Maybe a lower high. If that comes down below that bar, because there's a failed second entry short there. So if that comes down, it'll either stop us out. Okay. There's a failed second entry short there. I thought that was okay, actually. Channel down. One short-term trend channel break new high. Bearish bar. I'm surprised it did that. So, okay. So this is maybe it's a bigger push. That's okay. Maybe it's a bigger push. Yeah. Draw your channel. Okay, so that's an overshoot. If that pushes down, so there's our channel down. One push up, two push up. Perhaps it's a bit too small, I don't know. Do you know what? I think what it's done is it's bounced off the bottom, that's why. Yeah, it's bounced off the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, see, I had that. Let's just take that away a minute. I had that as a short-term trend with a break. So I'm going with those 3 bars. So we had a break and a new high after this downtrend and a nice bearish bar. So it was a leg, break and a leg. I actually thought that was okay, but what I'm thinking now, the reason it carried on up is because it bounced off the bottom. But after that second push, you think it may come down and at least retest it, wouldn't you? But I suppose perhaps I should have stayed out of that one because we've bounced off the bottom. So that would make sense. That would make sense. Let's see if this pushes strongly through the EMA. Not only that, there's an overshoot there. So if you do that, okay.
Order filled.
That I'm going to take. Oh, because move, you bastard. Why won't that move? Oh, okay. Okay, this might be a lesson. 1 push up, 2 push up, push strongly below the EMA. Come off about the same time the top. Okay, I'm in, we'll see. I need to be out before the lows, don't I? So let's leave it there. Okay. Wow, is that wow that's good or wow that's bad? That's a PT trade, yeah. So we're coming down. We try to go once, try to go twice. We've not only got an overshoot, but a strong push down below the EMA. I've brought up a tick and come out before the lows. We'll see. Maybe a bull trap. Yeah. I don't mind. I'm here to learn anyway, so it is what it is. I'm not bothered about the evaluation. I already had it anyway, so. But it is a channel with an overshoot. In a lot of cases, that will result in a reversal, but this is going to take me out by the looks of things. Unless it's going to trap some buyers in there, maybe. That's all I can do anyway. Just do what I do. You haven't. Fair enough. It's looking promising. If it stays like that or comes back down, might be okay. Sometimes they do come back. There's nothing you could do in it, but it needs to hold because sometimes it'll push down and down. As soon as that gets lower and lower, it'll turn. So it needs to hold. If that holds bearish, excuse me, I think we're okay. We'll see anyway. Okay. It is a little bit choppy anyway, so but you know, there's definitely some support there, so it's going to take me out. But there we go.
Stop filled.
Okay. Oh well. So we got down, try to go once, try to go twice, push below the EMA, so oh well. So let's put a mark on that. Not sure what the score was there. So we've got leg down. Is it because it came down a bit lower, maybe? It's okay, I've got to learn this system. It's quite different than Max. So I had it leg and a leg. Okay, it is what it is. Yeah, it's quite choppy, isn't it? I'll mark all these up later. What I lost. In fact, let's just put that there now. So Where did I take that? Around about here, wasn't it? It finished there and I just bought. So let's put it there. Something like that. Let's put it a bit higher because that's where I was due to come out. Something like that. Is there a bigger... Oh, it's looking bullish. Yes, I do wonder whether we got a leg up, another leg up. He took that as a failed second entry short. Oh, so he took that as well. Okay, that'll do, mate. So he took it and lost it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm all right with that. Trades lose sometimes. I suppose the answer may have been it's a bit choppy. But there you go. So, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it? Be nice to come back and retest this, push up, try to go low once, try to go twice, end up bullish, and then continue up. So here's our highs of the day up here. Yeah, so on the 10,000 tick chart, that looks like one leg. If we can come back to here, we may get two legs within that one leg there. So let's say we, I don't know, come back to there, bounce off the top. That would kind of make sense. That'd be nice if we could. It's, I mean, depending on how you have this channel, if you draw this channel from here, touch there, it's right at the very top left-hand corner, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did come down a bit and get a break. If we can get a break, it'd be nice to take a long trade above here. And then we know we got a fair old decent, what's that, 510? That's just shy of 15 possible points there. I mean, even if you got 10 of them. Right. Trade didn't trigger. Surprise PT took that. Yeah. Well, I suppose if you think about this, we seem to be going sideways. We've had a failed break out of here. We've been once, we've been twice, came back down. We've been once, we've been twice. And then we had two quite bearish bars, didn't we? So, but the trouble is, they don't always work, and we know that, don't we? It's not an exact science, is it? But I suppose one thing you could say, there is that possible leg. So that may be the case. We have had a lot of downtrend stuff, so we could. It's also possible we could go up to the top and just do a bigger range. So we could get some strong upward move. It could do a bunch of stuff, really. The wrong side of it, yeah. But it's clearly sort of choppy there. I know the reason that one didn't fail. We got a channel down. It was a second entry short, but we've just come off the bottoms, which is why that's just trapped and gone up. But we got a leg up. Yeah. Be interesting to see if he makes a video about that, because he does talk about his losses. Right, let's see if we can get something here. That'd be nice. So there's a leg and a leg. Pull back and there's one leg and maybe another leg. See if we can get something interesting here. I might hold on to this if we can. Go along there. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for along. I just want to take it in the right place. I'd rather it get to the top here, really, because if I take it here, we got one leg down, we may have another leg down. So if we can just get to that top somehow, get a leg up, I like it to retest that, and then I'll be interested in going long, even if it's not a second entry. I'm kind of doing a bit of my own decision making as well, rather than setups. If I get something that maybe bounces and a high or low, sometimes you got to start thinking for yourself, haven't you? Maybe not. Yeah, see, Ali, if you just go long there, you might get stuck. We'll see. And also, it depends on where your stop is. If you went long there, I've got to wait for some sort of an indicator, really. If we can get a high or low here, so it's one leg down, it doesn't mean it's not going to push up from there, but high or low up here, and then it may hold. Yeah, so Penguin took, that was the one that Penguin took, close to the news. That one, we haven't seen yet, probably not. No, we didn't. Okay, looks more like we may end up having a range day. Okay, so I've got that as overnight highs, overnight lows are down here. So it seems to be between these two areas here, we're bouncing, so. You on about leg up there? You on about that? Ray. Big picture. Pushed up, came back to here. One leg up, two legs up. You on about that leg, and then failing from here, taking it back there. So I'm guessing you're on about there, aren't you? Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I did look at that. But yeah, bigger picture, smaller picture makes sense. I mean, that clearly worked nicely, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so leg. Interesting. What if you can take it the other way around? Leg. We can get down here somewhere and push above the EMA, maybe expect to go back up. Okay, still expect to come down to here, so if we can get something here. No, it's not easy, mate. Go push above here. That would interest me. So it has bounced off the midline there, isn't it? Came down last time and had 1-2 pushes up. We got the similar sort of picture. Maybe a couple of pushes. We'll see. It is a hidden second entry short there, so if we can get a bearish
Order
bar
submitted.
there, excuse me, that might interest me. Just down to the bottoms. Testing the overnight low, maybe. Trying to suck me in, this is. Okay, leg down, try go once, you come back and try go high second time. See, I'd expect to at least to come back here if it's come off these highs down to these it might be enough actually, that it may continue down now. Just like to get another go. Let's push up. Close, we can get a second. Well, you class that as a first push up, I think, wouldn't you?
Order cancelled.
I suppose, could we say Channel down, try to go once, try to go twice, failure. What does that sound like, Clay? Channel down, go once, try to go twice, failure. If that fails and pushes strongly through the EMA, then maybe you can expect it to get down to these lows. Oh, I think that looks okay. What do you think? If it gets up here, not only that, it looks like a triple test on the 10,000 tick chart. Up, tried it once, tried it a second time, or a third time, failure. If it fails this one, strongly through the EMA, because it is an overshoot as well. So we come down, try it once, try it twice. Exactly the same with what Penguin said, once, twice. It looks like it's starting to fail, maybe. I think we've got to give it a chance to get through here, really, haven't we? It's bouncing off the overnight high, so if we can push through it down here. See how this finishes.
Order submitted.
That's
Order
quite
submitted.
Positive, I think. Let's go for it. Let's get out before the bottom's done, so okay, we'll give it a go. I got to try these things. 21 ticks. That takes us down to there. That's about right. Okay. So bigger picture, leg down, try go once, try go twice, failure. It dropped quite quickly, and there's an overshoot above this. We had a break new high, so I think that's okay. But the proof is in the pudding. How many points is it? 18, 21 ticks. It's 5 1/4 points, that is. Oh. Oh, it's okay, mate. It's okay. Just going for this one. 2 pushes up, I'll say. Look at that. Oh dear. Bullish imbalance. Yeah. So we've got leg down, try go once, getting back, try go a second time. Went really bearish all of a sudden, didn't it? Oh, well. We're still in an uptrend. Okay. I'm looking for only longs. Oh, really? Okay. Okay, I'm out of this one.
Order filled.
Okay, another lesson learned. Yeah, I'm okay, mate. It's okay. I'm all right. Yeah, so we're in an uptrend, looking for 2 pushes back. So that might be a bit. We can't 1 put back. So that might have been the better long. Get better. Yeah, that might have been a better long. See, I'm thinking down. Try go once, try twice on. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So it does look like we may get this bigger. What's it, doesn't it? So okay, I tell you what. Let's get rid. Let's get that. If we can get back here somewhere. Yeah, it does look like we may get that. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock it on the edge today. I'm going to print out that stuff Ben just give me, and I'm going to go through that because I'm just taking in the wind at the minute. It does look like we're going to have 2 legs, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'm going to knock it on the edge of the day and get my head in that. I'm going to print out that thing that Ben just given me, and I'm going to get myself in that. So I'm going to finish early. So have a great weekend, all. If you're trading today, good luck. Have a great weekend, and I will be back on Monday, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more knowledge on what I'm doing with this, because I'm seeing a downtrend. Instead of thinking up, we pushed up, we had a couple of legs back. Yeah, it is an uptrend, isn't it? So larger uptrend is in play on a, yeah. Yeah, okay, so have a great weekend, and I'm going to get me head in the books. So stay safe, and I will see you all on Monday. Take it easy.